Crazy Horse is one of the most famous Native American warriors in history. He defeated General Custer at Little Bighorn, led the Lakota through years of resistance, and became a legend in his own lifetime. Yet there is no confirmed photograph of him anywhere, because he refused to ever be photographed, believing cameras could steal a person's spirit and that his image shouldn't be captured or owned by anyone. Ready to find out how one warrior's spiritual conviction became the ultimate act of resistance against a culture that wanted to document, own, and control everything about Indigenous people? Crazy Horse believed in traditional Lakota spirituality that taught a photograph could capture part of your soul, trapping it in the image and weakening your spiritual power for someone who relied on spiritual strength in battle and vision quests. Allowing his image to be taken would have been surrendering something sacred. He also understood that photographs were tools of colonization. The U.S. government and settlers wanted to document and catalog Native people like specimens, turning living warriors into curiosities for white audiences to gawk at in newspapers and exhibitions. When other Lakota leaders like Sitting Bull and Red Cloud had their photographs taken sometimes willingly for diplomacy, sometimes under pressure, Crazy Horse consistently refused every request, every offer, and every attempt to capture his likeness on film. There are several photographs that people claim show Crazy Horse, but historians and his descendants have debunked every single one. They're either other Lakota men, misidentified images, or outright fakes, created by people trying to profit from his fame. Crazy Horse's refusal wasn't just spiritual. It was political resistance against a system that wanted to define, categorize, and commodify Indigenous identity, turning complex human beings into visual objects that could be bought, sold, and displayed. By refusing to be photographed, he denied the colonizers control once an image existed. It would be used in newspapers calling him a savage, in museums displaying him as a conquered enemy, in books written by people who didn't understand his culture. His decision meant that the only images of Crazy Horse are in stories told by people who knew him, descriptions of his presence and character, but no frozen moment captured by technology he rejected. The irony is that by refusing to be photographed, Crazy Horse became more famous and mysterious than if he'd sat for portraits. His refusal made him impossible to reduce to a single image, keeping him as a living legend rather than a historical artifact. After his death in 1877, killed by a U.S. soldiers,